They accumulated wealth beyond imagination, controlled global markets, and built treasuries that dazzled the world. Then they collapsed, not from external invasion or rebellion, but from the very riches they worshipped. Sudden wealth has destroyed more empires than poverty ever could. These forgotten economic catastrophes reveal exactly how nations fall when gold becomes their god.
Habsburg Spain, 1550 to 1650. The Spanish Empire controlled the largest silver deposits ever discovered at Potosi in modern Bolivia.
From American mines, Spain extracted over 16,000 tons of silver, 3 times the previous total in European history. Economic records show Spanish price levels rose 400% while domestic production collapsed. The empire experienced what economists now call the price revolution. Spain became the poorest wealthy nation in Europe, declaring bankruptcy 6 times during this period, while ships full of silver continued arriving in Seville.
The ultimate irony. This wealth funded Spain's enemies. Dutch and English merchants captured Spanish silver shipments and used Spain's own money to build navies that eventually defeated the Spanish Empire. Spanish nobles literally wore their colony's wealth in silver thread clothing containing enough precious metal to fund entire military campaigns.
Mali Empire, 14th century. Emperor Mansa Musa ruled the wealthiest kingdom in African history, controlling half the world's gold supply. In 1324, his Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca, where he gave away so much gold he crashed markets across North Africa, revealed both Mali's extraordinary wealth and its future vulnerability. Economic records from Cairo show gold prices remained depressed for over a decade after his visit, with one chronicler noting the value of gold was ruined. The paradox of Mali's display was devastating. By showing their gold sources existed, they became a target while simultaneously devaluing their primary resource through oversupply. This wealth revelation attracted Arab and European powers who mapped trade routes to Mali, eventually establishing colonial control over West Africa's gold supplies. Resource wealth revelation follows a clear pattern: discovery, conspicuous display, market disruption, resource targeting, external exploitation.
Inca Empire, 1532 to 1533. The richest indigenous civilization in the Americas controlled gold and silver reserves that would transform the global economy.
When captured by Pizarro's forces, Emperor Atahualpa offered the Room of Gold ransom, filling a large room with gold and 2 more with silver, the largest one-time wealth transfer in pre-modern history. After receiving the ransom, the Spanish executed Atahualpa anyway, demonstrating how gold obsession had overwhelmed all moral and strategic constraints. The paradox was profound. Incas valued gold spiritually but not monetarily, while Spaniards valued only its monetary worth, destroying priceless artistic heritage by melting everything into ingots. The catastrophic result was an extraction economy established across South America that undermined regional development for centuries, where wealth flowed outward rather than circulating internally. Empires built on extracting single resources collapse faster than diversified economies, creating a resource-dependent, vulnerable state. United States, 1870s-1900s. The American economy experienced the most dramatic wealth expansion in history, creating industrial fortunes that dwarfed many nations' entire economies. By the early 20th century, the richest 1% owned 45% of all wealth, with industrial monopolies controlling entire sectors of the economy. Economic data reveals the fundamental paradox. Productive capacity soared while consumption capacity stagnated. Factories could produce more than citizens could afford to buy. The system's inherent instability required continuous expansion, leading to increasingly speculative investments that culminated in the 1929 crash and Great Depression. The wealth distortion became so extreme that J.P. Morgan, working with other bankers and the U.S. Treasury, intervened during the panic of 1907 to save the American financial system, a private citizen rescuing the world's emerging superpower. At the height of the Gilded Age, American industrialist Andrew Carnegie's personal fortune would be worth approximately $400 billion in today's dollars, more than the GDP of most modern nations. These wealth-driven collapses reveal a pattern that repeats throughout history. Phase 1. Resource discovery creates unprecedented wealth flow. Phase 2. Wealth concentrates rather than circulates. Phase 3. Productive economy distorts around wealth extraction. Phase 4. Financial systems detach from productive reality. Historical records show these wealth-cursed civilizations didn't gradually decline. They experienced rapid, often surprising collapses after appearing at their most powerful. Today's leaders face the same fundamental challenge as Spanish monarchs and American industrialists, preventing wealth concentration from undermining the very systems that generate prosperity.
Like dragons hoarding gold, these civilizations accumulated treasure, but unlike the mythical beasts, they couldn't escape the curse their wealth created.
Escape the curse their wealth created. Modern societies are experiencing wealth inequality levels matching or exceeding those of the Spanish Empire and American Gilded Age, with the richest 1% now owning more wealth than the bottom 90% combined. The Spanish, Mali, Inca, and American experiences all share one thing: they were advanced civilizations that considered their wealth a sign of divine favor and exceptional merit, right before that same wealth undermined their foundations. These empires didn't fall because they couldn't access resources. They fell because their relationship with wealth became pathological, turning prosperity into poison when it outpaced wisdom.
If these imperial wealth secrets have filled your treasury of knowledge, pledge your allegiance to the Crimson Dynasty. Strike the like button with the force of a conqueror and join our legion by subscribing.